Hey, good morning. Happy Thursday. What Thursday? Holy crap, it's Thursday. It's card show week. I realized this morning, oh crap, it's Thursday. I still don't have my rooms mapped out completely. I was waiting on a couple things for this weekend show. I was waiting for like one confirmation, and then the potential we may have concessions for the first time at the Madison Card Show. Uh, but I wasn't. I had talked about it last month with the Sheraton, and I had talked with one of the dealers that's near the concession stand, with one of the concession stands. Uh, and I said, "Hey, this might, would you be open to?" And all of a sudden this week, would you be open to moving? All of a sudden this week, the Sheraton's like, "Hey, we plan on doing concessions." It's like, whoa, 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 whoa! I have tables there. I can't do this with 2 days notice. I'm sold out. So I'm meeting with them tomorrow morning, just to go over if we will do concessions, uh, because I can squeeze tables elsewhere. So we may go that route. I don't know. So may or may not be concessions this month. But that is something I would like in the future. Just especially it being in the same room, it's handy. You don't have to leave your table and go downstairs to the because at the venue at the Sheraton there is food available, like in the uh, I don't know, like the fake Starbucks place. It's like a coffee place. They sell Starbucks coffee, and they have like sandwiches and stuff like that. Because I've gone down, had like a chicken salad sandwich from their refrigerator. They have pop. I call it pop, not soda. They have pop and other stuff. But you do have to go down and down there. It'd be nice have a hot dog, have a pop right there at the concession stand. So we'll see. So I got to finish mapping today. May head over there this afternoon, just to get the name tags. And I think I'm going to take my boxes because I am setting up this Saturday. By the way, Madison Card Show this Saturday, the Sheraton Hotel, John Nolan Drive. Bratfest kicks off tomorrow. Friday for Bratfest. Steven Adler takes the stage Friday night. Saturday night is Slaughter. And if you stick around for Sunday, you can see Tone Loc and Kid and Play. Bratfest. It's literally across the street. And which street is it? John Nolan Drive. Just across the street from John Nolan. Just walk right across John Nolan Drive. Make sure it's a green light because it's a busy street. And boom, you're at Bratfest. Show hours 9 to 3 on Saturday. Free admission, 125 tables, sold out show. I will be there with my bargain boxes, and I hope you will be there too. So that's what's going on. What else is going on? My back hurts this morning, and I don't know why. I think that's just when you turn 40, things start hurting. Ooh, really tight. Things just start hurting for no reason. Like when you're 20 and your back hurts, it's because you were like frickin' playing tackle football with no pads out in the backyard. When you're 40, it's because you slept wrong. Or, oh man, I pulled my back out carrying that salt downstairs for the water softener. That's how I threw my back out. I've only thrown my back out, knock on wood, one time, and it was because I thought I was 12 again or 15, throwing those 50-pound bags of salt. Now it's like, oh my God, I'm gonna throw my back out doing this. My back hurts. It's like a pain that you like lose your breath, like breathtaking. It's a breathtaking away. Like, oh, like when it sees, like sometimes it'll like seize up and it's like, oh shit, I don't want to move. But ooh, like right in them. Sometimes it's like down in my lower back. But this one's like, and I wonder if it's from I was doing a lot of shipping and I was I was probably doing this. I was tensed up. That's why my back hurts. Woo. It's a sore back today. Sometimes I go, we've got hardwood floors upstairs, and sometimes I go, my wife will be like on her computer or something, and I'll just lay on the hardwood floor and stretch. And she's, what in the hell are you doing? I'm like, my back hurts. It's funny that a hardwood floor is like, oh my God, a hardwood floor on a sore back is like the best thing ever. Isn't that strange? You would think it'd be like this soft, cushy bed. No, I want that frickin' hardwood floor. Oh, it feels so good. I want to like take a break right now and go upstairs and stretch out on the hardwood floor. So my back hurts. Yesterday I went over to the house. Siding is beginning. So today or yesterday, they started tearing off all the old siding and the soffits and all that stuff. The what are the things called on the corners? They're not walls. They're, what the hell are they called? When you build a house, like say you're building a screened porch and there's four, like, what are they, 2x4s or those wood things? And they go in each corner. That's what's up so far. The rest of the flooring is down, and then those four corners are up. So the screen porch is being built. Tiling posts seems logical. The posts are up. The tile is just about finished in the master bathroom. The fireplace tile is done. Corner boards. I'm going to take Mark Hoyle's word for it. Corner boards. The corner boards are up. And then we're still waiting on tile from the guest bathroom. So tiling, the flooring is done outside of the carpet, obviously. Tiling is almost done. Now siding is going up. I think the trim carpenters come back next week and finish some of their jobs. So Beverly, my female duck Beverly, who's laying eggs, it's gotta be 28 days. 28 days. Like today's gotta be like the 28th day. I'm gonna look in my phone because I'm pretty sure the first time I remember seeing Beverly. Beverly is the duck on the side of my house. Let's try to find. So I was in Dallas the first week in May, and I'm pretty confident it was before that. See, this is what I love. When you take a lot of pictures, my wife's like, God, you take pictures of everything. But it's a great timestamp. It's like, when did we first see the duck? And instead of saying, oh, it's been 4 weeks, I can go into my phone and, okay, my first picture of Beverly the duck was on so-and-so date. Geez, was it? What's today's date? Today's the 25th. So 28 days would make it April, 27th? Okay, I'm in middle April, so maybe it was later than I had thought. Okay, I don't think it's that far back. So let's go back. I think it was after I was directing traffic on the drywall. So I think it was after drywall. And sometimes like time gets away from us. I used to make fun of my parents because they would be like, oh, it was 10 years ago. And it was like, no, that happened in 1963. It was like 28 years ago. No. And I used to give them so much shit because it's like, oh yeah, remember when you were a kid like 3 years ago? No, Mom, I'm 40. Like that's just the thing. As we get older, we just lose track of time. So I think it's like, oh yeah, that's been 6 weeks since we saw the duck. No, it's been like 7 days. Shit, maybe was it after? Where's Beverly? I know I've taken multiple pictures of Beverly, and I'm sure it's been. Okay, you don't want me to scroll through my photos any longer. Yeah. I've got a photo. Maybe I deleted. The thing is, I never delete photos. And maybe I'm just scrolling too fast because I'm looking at house photos and I didn't really take any other photos. Okay. Anyway. Okay, we're gonna give it 5, 4. You ever do this? You ever time yourself? Like, okay, I'm gonna look through this last pile of cards, but if I find a card, give it 10 more seconds. Okay, screw it. I can't find it, but I'm sure it's been 28 days. I think. So hopefully, we've got like we put like boards and thingies on top so she has some shelter. We're taking care of Beverly. My wife's like, did you tell the siding people not to disturb the duck, Beverly? And I said, no, I think Ben's like our contract, one of our contractors, and he's building the deck and porch, and his one of his sons actually like raises ducks. So he's like, he knows how this stuff works and takes care of it. So I'm like, no, I think Ben and his kids said, she's like, we will delay the sighting to make sure Beverly lays her eggs or hatches her eggs. So Beverly will hatch those eggs, but Ben's son did say, I think his name's Gavin. He did say yesterday when I was talking to them that when they got close, because like so basically, and you've seen the pictures that I posted on Twitter. So like the lumber for the deck and porch were like stacked up against the garage, but there was like a little space in between the lumber and the garage where a duck could waddle in and lay her eggs. So that's where she chose Beverly. And so it's like, as more and more lumber was taken to build the deck and porch, she was losing her cover. So they've put some makeshift cover with, leftover lumber. There's like a tree stump that was, the tree stump goes over one of the, anyway. So he said early on when they would grab lumber and get close to Beverly, she would just get up and move. But now lately, she like stays on the eggs and she like tries to bite them. So poor Beverly. I mean, can you imagine being a duck, a female duck, laying your eggs? You think you have this great spot to lay your eggs, and these assholes are taking your cover and they're bothering you every day. Poor Beverly. She's never coming back. I've named her Beverly. We have named her Beverly. And I want her to be like our duck. I want her to be our pet duck and stay close. Like, we don't feed her or anything. She does her own nature thing, but she uses our yard as her safety place. But dealing with all this construction, she's like, never again. I bet, like, all day long, like every time somebody comes up and takes a board away, Beverly's probably quacking, I'm never coming back here again. This damn house. I'm never coming back here again. But Beverly's okay, and hopefully your eggs hatch soon for her sake and ours, and we can get that damn sighting up. What's going on in the chat? George in the house. What's up, George? Ed is here. Shane, good morning. Victor's in the house. Talking Tatis, what's up? Donald Davis, good morning. Alex, Steve Ains Comedy. John is here. Got my weekend Jai Alai bets in. Ready to go. I don't even know what Jai Alai is. Let's Google it. Jai Alai, is it a card game? What is Jai Alai? Jai Alai is a sport involving bouncing a ball off a walled-in space by accelerating it to high speeds with a handheld wicker cesta. Interesting. So it's kind of like what's that game? What's that game they play in like the YMCA with the blue ball and they just whack it? I don't know. It looks like that game kind of. Mark Hoyle in the house. What's up? Cooter is here. Paul Heath, good morning. John says, I feel like the flippers have ruined Bratfest. James in the house. He's coming to John Nolan Drive, I think. James, you coming? I've got some, I put some new 2023 Bowman singles in the quarter boxes. David, good morning. Donald says, wait till you're 50. It hurts. It all hurts all the time. Duh. Don't tell me that. Steve says the same. Wait until you turn 50. You will wish for just back pain. Son of a bitch. Red Light 34 in the house. He says, hit that like button. Thank you, Red Light. Shane says, yeah, sleeping sucks when you're older. Wake up with back hurting, shoulders hurting, hip hurting. I know. And I woke up with this back pain. It's like, what the hell did I do yesterday? I did not do any, and maybe that's the problem. I did not do anything yesterday that I normally don't do. I sat at a computer all day. Like sometimes if I sit like on the floor and sort cards, like for an extended amount of time, that can do it. If I'm throwing around 50-pound salt bags and not used to it, that can do it. But yesterday I shipped cards. That's about all I did. I shipped cards. I listed some cards. Let's see. John says thingies is acceptable as well. Dan in the house, what's up? Donald says just listed some 1989 tops traded in the eBay store. Brian Dean, what's up? Good morning. I've been on my floor since 2019 after my back surgery. Ugh, that sucks. Cooter says maybe your contractors can install siding on box 13. There it is. Hey, speaking of box 13 and contractors, so I went over to the house last night to check on, just make sure everything was locked up. The siding guys were just leaving. So I went downstairs. There's still a lot of like just shit in the basement. So I haven't like adjusted shelving units. I think I might do that. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't even want to say when I'll do it. But I do need to get it done because it's almost June. We're less than a week away from June. I've got the show this weekend. I'm light on card shows for the summer though. Just the dates aren't working out. Because I'll be in Anawan next weekend for Anawan Fun Day. So I'll be gone half the day Saturday and then Sunday and half the day Monday. So I'm missing the Janesville. The next Janesville card show is June 4th, which is that Sunday, first Sunday of June. I'll be in Anawan. So I'll miss that. And then I think I'm missing the July. I think there's a show at Loves Park on July 15th, which that's my friend's wedding. I'm a groomsman in that, so I'll be there. That's going to be a busy week. So July 15th, the wedding. That's a Saturday. The 14th is a Friday. The 13th is a Thursday. So his rehearsal dinner is Thursday night because they had like another event on Friday night and they wanted the venue and they just said, okay, we'll do it. We'll do Thursday night rehearsal dinner, Saturday wedding. It's not too big of a deal because it's a short, it's 2.5 hours from where I am. But the problem is that Friday, July 14th, wait, is Friday, July 14th or 15th? I think July 15th is Friday and July 16th. No, that doesn't sound right either. July 14th is a Friday. Okay. So July 14th is when we close on this house. I'm like, shit. And so the people that want to move into this house want to move in like now. They wanted to move in yesterday. So moving the closing date up would not be an issue, but the issue is we may not be ready to move the closing date up. So it may be a Thursday night rehearsal dinner, and I just drive down and I'm on my best behavior and drive back and close on Friday and go back on Friday. the wedding on Saturday. So that's to be continued. Don't know what's going to happen. So yeah, it's a bit. Summers are always busy. You know, I'm surprised with how much demand I've had for this week's Madison Card Show. I could fill 200 tables for this Saturday. I've turned countless dealers away because I'm sold out. And I've got multiple dealers that are in the show that want more tables. Like, hey, can I get a second table? Hey, can I get a third table? I just don't have the space. But it's like there's other months where April was the same. I did oversell for April and we were able to squeeze it in. I don't want to do that this month because it's a real pain in the ass. We'll see. Maybe Friday, maybe I can sweet talk them. I offer every time, and maybe they can't for insurance reasons, but I'm like last month when it was my fault. I oversold, blah, blah, blah. And I said, hey, let's do it now. I will move the tables myself. And they're like, no, we'll take care of it. No. I just let me do it. So I will do that. I wish the tables were like just in a closet, like right there where I could do it, but they're like in a basement, locked away in a basement. So I can't. So that's the problem in there. I don't want to like show my hand because last month when we were talking about this, my contact there, my sales rep was like, I'm just afraid you're going to outgrow us. Or I'm afraid you're already outgrowing us. And what I want to say is no. What I want to say is no, that everybody else is way more expensive. So I can't tip my hand. And the thing is, like, I could go to another venue and then I'd have to fricking rent tables or, bring my own tables, and pay a lot more, do the work. It's like, I've got a pretty sweet gig here at this venue. Plus it's a really nice hotel. It's great location, but I can't tip my hand. I have to like hem and haw and like be coy and just be quiet so they don't jack up my rates again. They did jack up my rates last year because I was lucky because we got in because Johnny was my co-promoter for the first few months in I guess that would have been 2021. Gave us a sweet deal, but I mean we were only filling 20 tables, 30 tables, and then we got to 40 tables. And then I was shocked when they let me sign a whole year in 2022 and then did not raise my price. And then all of a sudden it's like, hey, we can only give you a month notice and we're jacking your rates up. So that was a concern, but they are giving me 3 months notice. So that's good. So hopefully I did submit my October, November, December dates. So hopefully I can get those contracts signed tomorrow and I'll have the rest of the year. And then probably January, and they'll probably let me sign January, February, March soon because those basically fourth quarter and first quarter are slow months for them. It's just those wedding months. That's what throws me off. Cooter says maybe your contractors can. I went off on a wild tangent because Cooter's comment. Last night I went to the house, and so I spaced out. I have 3 shelving units at the new house in the basement. There's a bunch of shit everywhere, so I can't that's my crazy summer. That's how I got off on that tangent. So I don't know when I'm going to go and like actually adjust the shelves. I've got to go buy a rubber mallet still, and then I've got to go do that. So last night I went over, I wanted to space things out and see how much, because the storage room, what's going to be my card storage room, which is basically going to look like this room, just like it's going to look like this room meets a library because I'm going to have just freaking shelving units in every nook and cranny. But I wanted to see how many shelving units I can fit in of those. And I've got to count how many I have. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5 in this room. I have 3 there. I have 1, 2 that are mine. But I think I can fit So last night I in the card storage room, which will be basically like, my Cubs will be in there, like the bulk of the Cubs collection, and then like unsorted cards and non-inventory. That'll all be in the card room, the storage room. So I can fit 13 of these big heavy duty shelves in that room. I can fit 2 against the west wall, 2 against the north wall. I'm all discombobulated because this room is set up differently than that is facing that way, and this I'm facing this way. So 2 there, 2 there, and then I can fit 3. I can fit 2 times 3, 3 rows of 2 in the middle of the room, and then 2 on the I'm discombobulated east wall, and then probably 1 or 2 on the south wall. So what's that? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So yeah, 13 or 14. I can fit 1 or 2. It's going to be a tight, that south wall is kind of tight because there's a door on that wall. The door swings in on that wall. So I lose some space there. There's also going to be my beer fridge there. So it might be like one of these and then maybe one of these plastic shelves that go in that room. So I think 13 or 14 shelving units in the storage room. And then I can fit 6 or 7 in my inventory, my storeroom, which will be basically what this room is now. Well, part of what this room is now, shipping station and inventory. And then I'll do my daily videos in my my office with with my new computer. And then this old crappy one will be in the eBay room. So that's how it's all gonna lay out. Good morning, Herman. What's up? Herman's here for the free stuff. And Steve Ains Comedy wants to know, how do we get the free stuff? How do you get 500 free scans from Card Dealer Pro? That's what we're going to talk about. Check out the description, and it's in there as well, but I'm going to talk about that right now. Let's see. Brian says, go to photos and on the bottom search, type in duck. But I didn't name it. Let's put this theory to the test, and then we're going to talk about free stuff. Photos, go to the bottom, search duck. Are phones really this smart? Holy fudge. Brian, you're a genius. This is crazy. Did you know you could do this besides Brian? This is insane. I went to my photos. I typed in duck. And guess what came up? Ducks. Oh, wait. This is 369. 369. Damn good time. It's only showing 1, 2, 3. Oh, there is 12. This is pretty crazy. I think it only shows. Oh, yeah. So it shows my pack of Howard the Duck cards. It shows a screenshot of me watching Howard the Duck. A picture of comic books that includes Daffy Duck. And then some Heritage Minor League cards of the Down East Wood Ducks. So it's like a word search, but since the duck doesn't have like the words duck on it, it's searching words. So doesn't have it in there. Doesn't have it in there. This duck's on here. There's a duck. My duck picture. This is going to drive me absolutely insane. Where is the photo? Because I know I've taken multiple photos of the duck. And I know I haven't deleted all of them. Here we go. I'm bookending this damn show, this boring ass show. You guys are like, what in the hell? He's looking for his duck again. Where's Beverly? We got snow in mid-April, so I don't think there was snow on the ground when we first saw Beverly. Gosh dang it. Where's the duck? I can't find the duck. Oh, here's the side. Oh, I've got, so here's this is back in early April, and there's no lumber there yet. Okay. Okay. I'll find it eventually. Okay, so you guys want to know about the free stuff. Steve says, so Bo, how can we get 500 free scans from Car Dealer Pro? Asking for a friend. So check out the description to this video. Go to cardealerpro.com. Cardealerpro.com. Typing it in the chat now. Go to cardealerpro.com. If you use code when you sign up, use code CUBS, CUBS. Use that code. When you subscribe, you will get your 500 free scans. So you can sign up for like a $9 a month, whatever, how many ever scans you can get with $9 a month. You can sign up for that subscription. And if you use code CUBS, you'll get that amount of subscription or whatever you pay for, plus 500 free scans from Car Dealer Pro. So that's how you can do it. It's affiliate program that Car Dealer Pro is just starting up. It's in beta. There's just a couple of us that are that have codes and are testing it out. So be a guinea pig for me and try it out. Use code CUBS, cardealerpro.com. Once you sign up for a paid subscription, you'll receive your 500 free scans. Zach and Porter in the house. What's up? Johnny Boy Cards is here. Jai Alai is an IPA. That's when I first saw John's comment, I'm like, Jai Alai, isn't that an IPA? I call it, and I'm mispronouncing it. I'm like, I am not worldly. High Alai. High Alai actually sounds even more fun than Jai Alai. High Alai. High Alai. I like that. MKB man, good morning. I'm going all in on Jordan Love and bought the last 2 in your store. You have any more? Yes, in fact, I do. Thank you, first of all. Second of all, I thought I had more than 2 in my eBay store. I must have sold the others. Yes. In fact, I've been going through boxes. When I was putting together my quarter boxes last month for the Loves Park show, I found a box with a 4-row box, a whole row, not of Jordan Love, but a whole row of Jordan Love, Justin Fields, Tua, and some of those rookies. And I'm like, damn, I need to get these Justin Fields and Jordan Love cards listed in my eBay store. But I found a few in a random box the other day, so I listed those. So those are in. So yes, stay tuned. I will once I discover that box. I don't know where it's at. I also want to put. I kept finding Jordan cards, and I was talking to Shane Zager at a card show about lots, and I'm like, because my Jordan singles don't sell, but I'm like, I wonder if I do like a huge lot of Michael Jordan cards. I wonder if that'll sell. And I probably have 100 Jordan cards, but they're just in random boxes everywhere. Because I don't list basketball that often. So it's like, oh, I'm going to put this Jordan and I'll set it aside and I'll get it listed at some point when I do basketball. So I'm trying to, I need to get like a box dedicated to Jordan, Michael, and Jordan Love. So yes, more Jordan Love coming to my store soon. Hi, Eli. Good morning, Uncle Rich in the house. He says, hit the like button. James says, bring extra penny sleeves and card savers. Will do. Yes, I do have, I still have 2 cases of penny sleeves. I'm just going to bring a whole case so I don't run out like I ran out in at the Midwest Premiere. And I do have my card savers. Like I rarely sell card savers, which is good because that's what I use to ship. So I'd make like nothing on margin on the card savers. Really, you don't make any margin on supplies whatsoever because my penny sleeves, I think I'm paying 60 cents a pack and I'm charging $1. Card savers, I think I'm paying like $13 for a box and I'm charging 20. So it's a very, very slim margin. Racquetball. Thank you, David. Racquetball is the sport with the blue ball that you're just freaking whack. Like, is there strategy behind it? It doesn't look like it. It just looks like you try to hit the ball as hard as you can. I never got into racquetball. I had some coworkers that's how they like got their jollies off during the day. They went and played racquetball. I went and scrolled Twitter. Good morning, Redbridge. What's happening? What's up, baseball card curmudgeon? John says, imagining Bo on the French Riviera saying, I'll try the escargot. The escargot. Got to get yourself a standing desk. I did see one at like a cheap one at Costco, because this desk here, like I could use a standing desk it like for my eBay shipping. So maybe because right now this is just a card table. This is basically this is a 4 foot. It might be a 6 foot. This is probably a 6 foot table, just like a card table, or not a card table, but picnic table. What the hell do you call them? Let's see. John says Bo is struggling with a sitting desk. How the hell is he going to stand? Good morning, Harlan. Reppin' Rajon Rondo. What's up? Only 60 days until the National. I should probably, you know what? Let's go to the National website. I keep talking about, yeah, I should probably go get my VIP pass, because now it's getting to the time where they might actually sell out. The National, we don't want the National band. We don't want the National AmericanMary.com, the National National Sports Collectors Convention, NSCC. Geez, it's not the Nashville State Community College. The hell? The National Card Show. Jesus. There we go. NSCCshow.com. I should have known that. Where we at? I want to buy tickets. VIP information. Nope. Purchase tickets. There we go. Purchase now. Says my connection is not. Come on, you son of a bitch. I don't understand this damn computer. Like, I'll wake up in the morning and all of a sudden it has all of these advanced security things going on. And it has me double check in. This says my connection is not private. Jesus H. Okay. So I'll have to go, I don't know, on my phone or something. Okay. So when you run your own card show, do you set up all the tables yourself and people come and pick and choose where they want to be? I've never been on the dealer's side of the table. It's a great question. In the beginning of my show, that's, well, I didn't do any of this. The hotel does, for my show, does the setup. Some shows, the promoter has to set up the tables themselves. Sometimes they have to even provide their own tables. Fortunately, the Sheraton has plenty of tables, and they also, I have to pay like a surcharge for setup, and I'm glad it's well worth the money that I pay. And they do all the setup, and I basically, sometimes I move tables around and all that, but for the most part, I just put name tags on, move a couple tables. That's it. I do put name tags on the table because now I'm selling out. There's 125 to 140 tables. Many are regulars who have been doing the show almost since the beginning. So they get preferred treatment as far as spots go. So, you don't want somebody that's a first timer that just walks in and plops down on somebody that's done 22 straight shows. So yes, it's assigned seating. But once you become like a regular or even a semi-regular, then you kind of get your preferred spot. Basically, if you've done, if it's not already a preferred spot by somebody else, I've had a couple dealers with medical issues. They're going to get their spot back once they return. But if it's like, well, they haven't set up in a couple months and it's because they were doing this show or that show, then it's like, okay, if you want this spot, it's yours. That's kind of how it works. So every show is different, but my show, the Sheraton does all the setup. I move some tables around, and then tables are assigned. People who want their spots and do the show on a regular basis get their spots. Mr. Smith, good morning. Finally sold my Morel first of 250 for full price. Very nice. I was digging around I was digging around yesterday. I'm looking for a couple Cubs items, and this is when people say, "What do you want to do, or what are you gonna do when you get to a million?" And I'd like to be organized because I hate going and looking for a certain card and I can't find it. It could be in any one of hundreds of boxes, over 900,000 Cubs cards. So I'm looking for. I have an Ernie Banks card that I'm gonna give to Ethan Roberts. He sent me a couple autos. He gave me a really sweet Seiya Suzuki auto at spring training. So I'm gonna try to get him into vintage. So I'm sending him and Ernie Banks, but I can't find it. So I'm looking for that. And I was looking for Morel because I don't even know if I was in breaks and pulled any Christopher Morel autos, but he's freaking hotter than hell right now. So I wanted to find if I had any extras. Just gonna put those suckers on eBay. I've also gotten to that point. I think when I crossed 900,000, it's like, okay, now it's not. I don't need to hoard every card. Matt Mervis. I don't need 50 first Bowman Matt Mervis. If they're gonna sell, I'm gonna sell them. So strike while the iron is hot type of deal. Because I've passed up way too many opportunities to make a few bucks off, duplicates. If it's a card I don't have multiples of, then I'm not going to sell it. But if I can find an auto of Morel that I got in a break, then I have multiples. Sell. Setting up my first table next month. Got a table for $10 since it's the first time the place is doing a holy crap. That's the cheapest table. I haven't seen $10 table prices since 1990. Damn. Any advice besides inventory? Price your stuff. Make sure there's clear prices. A lot of people will walk away if it's not priced, and I know it's a pain in the ass to get comps and price your stuff, but a lot of people will walk on by. Let's see. Have change. Have plenty of change. Ones, small bills. Ones, fives, tens. Depending on, and then you go down a rabbit hole. Depends on what is are you a showcase guy, or are you a bargain box guy, or are you a mix? If you're a bargain box, or you have bargain boxes, make sure to have like storage boxes if somebody wants to buy a whole bunch, 200-300 cards. I always forget to bring like team bags and small, like a lot of guys use brown paper bags, which is perfect, and I always forget to buy them. Brown paper bags is perfect if they buy like, say a stack of 40 or 50, put them in a team bag or a brown paper bag. That's always good. What else? I always bring like a cooler with water. You never know, or in a protein bar, because you never know, unless you know the venue and you've been there before. But I always do that. What else? I'm just trying to think of like very common that you wouldn't think of, because usually when you get advice for card shows, it's like price your cards, put a showcase, blah 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 blah. And then it's usually like the most common things you forget about, like supplies and change. So that's. I think my best, I don't know if it's my best piece of advice, but I think the most important, especially since you're setting up at a first time show, go in with extremely low expectations. Sometimes I go in with like, okay, this is my average for show. I hope to do, 80% of what I normally make. And sometimes that's too high of expectations. In my, I'm a little different since I do promote a show. So like that's, there's like a triad of importance for me setting up at a card show. Buying, selling, and networking. So sometimes, I've heard people say, what's the most important takeaway from setting up at a card show, making money? No, not. It's not. In many cases, my best card shows are when I make the least amount of money, because I've either made some great friends by networking, met some potential dealers for my show, or I've bought some great deals because a slow show is good for buying, because some dealers are like, man, it's so slow, I haven't made a buck. And you can get, like, if it's a bargain box, like, I'll just sell you the whole box for $50, and you can get some great buys at slow shows. So I think make the most of it. Sometimes when I see dealers that are kind of upset at the end of a show, they didn't make money. And most of the time it's not a traffic concern. Like, there's plenty of traffic. There just weren't buyers for their particular items, whether cards or memorabilia, whatever it is. But there's usually a common theme when a dealer leaves upset at a show for not making money. It's because that was the only concern. And the more the day went on, this is what they looked like. Head down, arms crossed. Maybe they're buried in their phones. They weren't looking for deals. They weren't talking to their neighbors. They weren't making connections. They were just pissed off because they didn't make any money. And you're not going to be successful doing that. So that's one of my biggest pieces of advice is don't focus on the sales. Who gave me the idea to have this cup and then have the backup mug on hand? Because you, sir, are a genius. You, sir, are a genius. Zach and Porter says playing catch up a 3-syllable pet name is not a good move. Is Beverly? Beverly. I still do that. How many syllables? Bo. Beverly. Why is a 3-syllable pet name not a good move? Beverly's a great pet name. Do 10 minutes of yoga every morning as a start. Your body will thank you. She will like it too. Steve says, usually the tables are assigned and the venue sets up the room per promoter's plans. Joe Caprino in the house. Hopefully they don't watch your show. Right? I highly doubt they do. That's sort of accurate. Hotels have their own personnel to turn rooms over. It's not that simple in other venues. An expo hall requires the hiring of an expo company who usually supplies tables, pipe and drape, and other things. Good morning, Mark Marinello. John says bear venues require you to hire out tables, which usually means you set them up. Yeah. The Midwest premiere, when I helped promote the first show, it was, we had to rent the tables and set up. And I told them, like, when they asked me to join in, I said, I gave them like 3 things. Like, I will jump in and assist on this. But these are my 3. And number 1 was, I'm not setting up any tables. Like, we have a budget, put in the budget. What's the table company charge for setup? We're going to budget that in. We are not setting up the tables. We're hiring that out. It's much cheaper, in my opinion. So that ended up not happening. I think the table company was short on employees, and I said, hey, that was one of my 3 things, along with the blue M&Ms. I only want blue M&Ms. No, I didn't say that. So yeah, that's a pain in the ass, and so that's a big reason why it's hard to find spaces. Table rental's not cheap. Although, I was talking to a show promoter that rented tables, and they were getting, it might have been here in the chat. It was like $7 a table. I'm like, gee, they're like 25 to 30 here to rent tables. It's crazy. Stuke is in the house. What's up, Stuke? Shane says, thank you. I appreciate it. There's a place near me that I would be good for a show, and I don't think they've ever had a card show there. And here's another thing about finding shows or finding venues. There's a lot of places that would be great for shows, but they're really expensive. That's and I was talking to a friend who wanted to start up a show somewhere, and he's like, "Oh, this spot will be good, and this spot will be good." And I said, "Wait, before this is like having a budget of $100,000 for a house and going and looking at $1 million homes. You can't afford it. Don't get excited on venues until you get the prices, because you're going to be greatly disappointed most of the time. If you identify good venues, but before you start imagining how great it will be, call them up and get pricing. Sometimes it's that easy. Sometimes it's depending on the venue. If it's a large venue, then there's just all kinds of crap. We have a big venue, where Broadfest is like on the grounds of the Alliant Energy Center across the street from the Sheraton, just over John Nolan Drive. And so I've got pricing a couple times from them, and to do a one-day show is not feasible. It's like 15 to 20 grand to just rent the venue. To do like a 3-day show, they give you a break, but it's like $40,000. So when people like say, where you should go to the Alliant Energy Center. No, I shouldn't. And here's why. It's too expensive. And when dealer, it's even easier when to pound the point home, whatever, hammer the point in, or whatever that saying is. And they'll say, how come you never do it at the Alliant Energy Center? Well, it's $40,000. And let me tell you how much that would come. Would you pay $400 to rent a table? Oh, God, no. Well, that's why there's not a card show at the Alliant Energy Center. So that's if you're wanting to promote a card show and you're like, hey, my area could use a card show, because there are areas that I think can sustain card shows within the U.S. I think it's pretty oversaturated here in this area, but in the Madison, Milwaukee, Chicago triangle, it's pretty saturated. But there are areas that I think could sustain card shows. So don't tie yourself to a venue before getting pricing, because you'll get. And sometimes it's, I looked into another Marriott property here in Madison, and they basically shoved me off the phone right away. They're like, we're not good for local, because they do events to bring people in that stay in their hotel. So they make money on hotel rooms. They don't want just a one-day card show where a couple guys are going to stay and that's it. So they want, they're a business. So I get it. So don't tie yourself to a venue before you get pricing or the lay of the land, because sometimes venues just aren't a good fit for card shows. And tables also, always ask the follow-up question. So, and I've just learned this from, talking to other promoters and looking at other venues myself. Don't just ask, do you have tables? Because they'll be like, oh yeah, we have tables. And then when you look at the space, they have tables, and it's like, okay, it's X amount by X amount square foot. We can fit 125 tables in this room. And then when you book 125 tables, you're like, hey, I've got this. And then all of a sudden they're like, well, we only have 50 tables. A lot of venues that I talk to, only 50 tables. So always ask, do you have tables? How many? And then a third follow-up question, because this, and I know this from experience, getting not screwed, but a big whoopsie when I opened up the third ballroom, because they had 175 tables. Well, guess what? They have 175 total tables, but they double up because some of them are the skinny, 6 by 18 inches, and they're super thin. Not good. So make sure, okay, what are the exact dimensions of your tables? Are they 8 by 3? Are they 6 by 3? Are they 6 by 18 inches? So just make sure to get those as well. John says, oddly, my career involves turning empty rooms into finished event spaces. Shane says, where are we at? Skip too far ahead. Do I see a low roller scratcher appearance? It's been a while. Where are we at? I'm not ready to host my own card show yet, but when I get to that point, it would be nice to know a little bit about hosting before I get into it. Absolutely. And I'd be glad to answer any questions. Zach says, are you putting mirrors on your bedroom ceiling again, or will you do something different at this house? Mark says, Stroh hurled a gem last night against my Mets. Yes. Stroh looked great last night. George says he's putting some kind of kink swing in the corner to work out the back problems. Stripper pole straight to the card room. They're on wheels. Just turn them sideways to fit more if you need. You might consider buying some visqueen or tarps to cover your cards until your house has been through a few cycles of weather and normal usage. You don't truly know how your houses react until your house is lived in. That's a great point. Mark says, you ain't kidding, John. It's always something. Try birds. Photo search is awesome. I find that Google Photos search works great. Let's see. So what Brian says, birds. Oh, hey. Oh, shit. Hey, I think bird worked, but bird brought up pictures of birds. Brian, you are a genius. It's got pictures of birds. Geese. I must have deleted that photo. So there's the most recent. When I typed in bird, it even brought in a picture of the Baltimore Orioles logo. I must have deleted Beverly. This is driving me nuts because I've taken multiple pictures of the duck, and now I can't find any of them. I'm guessing, although the picture, she's kind of like hidden, so maybe a duck search. For the third time, Bo is looking for that damn duck on his phone. This is driving me insane. I know there's a picture of a frickin' duck in my frickin' phone. There it is. Oh, yeah. So there's no way the search would have found it. But that was Saturday. That was the most recent photo. I know there's got to be another photo. There's got to be another photo of Beverly. I'm looking more closely this time. There's more pictures. No pictures of the duck. Maybe I did delete the first photo I took. Son of a biscuit. Here I am at the card show. I know it was before the card show. There's a pic of the duck. Quack, quack. That was May 11th. So, but I know I took a photo before that even. See, I knew I had multiple duck photos in here. Let's see. I thought I took a photo like before I was in Dallas even. Because that duck's been there a while. Dare I say, nearly 28 days. All right. Okay. Moving on. Let's see. Photo search is awesome. I find that Google Photo search works great. The duck's name should be Low Roller Quacker, not Beverly. Where are we at? Where's the duck? Where is the duck? All this duck talk, it's like I'm watching The Sopranos all over again. George says, why are you looking for a duck photo when you started talking about 500 free listings? I'm sure Kerry, American Arbitrage, will have a video today about his code, LOL. Mark says, I had my card and memorabilia room in my basement until we had a big storm and it flooded. Now everything is a bedroom on the second floor. Andy says, this is the most ADD episode I've heard yet. Look, a duck. So going back to Mark's comment. So we had like a storm of not just a century, but a storm of like biblical proportions. We got like 18 inches of rain in a 24-hour period back in 2020, 2018, this basement stayed dry, bone dry. The basement at the new house was also bone dry because it's higher up. That neighborhood got flooded because my mother-in-law lived 3 doors down, not the band, 3 doors down from where we're moving into, and lived there at the time. And half of her basement flooded because there's a pond right behind. But this house didn't. That was my first, the very first time we went over, my wife showed me when the previous owner was still there. That was my first question. It was like, how much water got in this basement during the flood of 18? And he said it was bone dry. He dug like an extra whatever. Where's Mark Hoyle at? Whatever and I'm sure it's different in various regions, but in Wisconsin, you dig so deep, but he went like a foot further or something and put like a layer of gravel, or I don't know, but he did extra stuff and bone dry. So I still get nervous, but so far, this basement, even with 18 inches of rain in 24 hours, nothing. Let's see. Stuke is in the house. Shane says Stuke says I promoted some shows last century. An empty store in a mall for the first in 1984. Small show, 40 tables. Advertising brought the dealers in. Most of them are lifelong friends. And I think that's from promoting a show. That's, I think, my favorite part is getting to know all of these other collectors, because before I promoted my show, I didn't know anybody in my area that collected cards, because I was just in my basement fondling my cards. And then I, started promoting the show, and it's like, hey, and now we, see each other once, twice, sometimes 3 times a month at various card shows, and get to know, not just because I see Sal Dougie's in the house, not just fellow dealers, but customers as well, and get to see those guys at shows. Shane says, this is how you keep people with ADD and ADHD paying attention. Multiple topics at once. It's what we love. One topic is not enough. Absolutely. Let's see. Sal Dougie is here. What's up? John says, FYI, low roller quacker is 4 syllables. That's more than 3. Good morning, Kyle. And there's low roller scratcher. Are you talking about Are you talking trash about me? Low roller scratcher in the house. Low roller scratcher. That's 5, right? Low roller quacker. Also 5. Let's see. Low roller scratcher. No, Zach is. I'm just correcting him. Low roller has a new video today. So what are you talking about? Let's check out Low Roller Scratcher's latest video. Low Roller. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Low Roller Scratcher. Low Roller Scratcher is up to 554 subscribers. A $2 Virginia Double Luck scratch ticket. Hey, YouTube. There it is. Low Roller Scratcher in the house. Where we at? Let's see. Sal Dougie says, love the context of 100,000 cards not being that many. I sold a Morel first auto for $50 in March. I was on top of the world. Now they're 160. Yeah. And I probably have multiples of them somewhere, but I'm not organized and I can't find them. Let's see. Chairs are a big yes if you have bulk boxes. Hey, that's if you do bargain boxes, have extra chairs. I've passed on multiple tables because I don't want to stand for an hour going through boxes. Absolutely. Shane says, oh, my expectations are very low. Don't look like a Sadie Betty. Sadie Betty? Sad. A sad Betty. Got it. John says $7 a table may not include delivery fee. That cost can add hundreds to the bottom line. Tables don't march themselves in and out of trucks on their own. That's true. That's probably the table cost. And then you've got to pay for delivery and setup if you're not setting up yourself. Low Roller says, if you see $7 tables, would you buy 10 tables to put all your quarter boxes? You can put 100 monster box. Oh, yeah. If I was at a show that had $7 tables, I'd buy the whole venue. Where we at? Let's see. Weddings pay more on Saturdays for hotels. Yes. Weddings rent the room and sell room rates and catering. Imagine carrying 100 monsters into a room for a one-day show. That would not be. I mean, if I was hauling 100 monster boxes into a one-day card show, I would be giving them away at the end of the show because I don't want to carry 100 monster boxes out of the show. It's bad enough carrying 25 into the show. Fun fact, skinny tables are known as classroom tables in the industry. Yes! I think you've mentioned that before, and somebody else mentioned that. Somebody mentioned that at my last show, and John was at my last show. Actually, maybe it was John that mentioned it to me at the last. Maybe it was you in person that used, because I had never heard that term before. Classroom tables. I think now that I think of it, I think it was John that mentioned the term classroom tables at my last show. Low Roller was busy playing skill games, slot machine. I just bit my tongue since I won $800 a couple weeks ago. He's been on vacay since the big win. LRS has been busy in post-production for his new Dick Perez video. Trying to envision what Brett Favre would see if he typed duck into his phone. You posted your first duck pic on May 11th on Twitter. Wow. So that was my first duck pic. Interesting. So May 11th, what's 28 days after? That's like mid-June. Oh, man. I thought it was longer ago than that. Son of a bitch. Because I thought they'd be hatching this week. That's not good. Where we at? How much money did you have to spend to get $800? Everyone talks about their wins, but never their losses. Brian says, go to your deleted photos. He slid into Beverly's DMs with a duck pic. Zach says, Car Dealer Pro is sitting back on a chair, feet up, counting money from today's duck content and table size discussion tied to a free scan promotion. Quack, quack. Brian Dean brings up a great point. I'm sure Bo doesn't know his deleted photos are not deleted until you do it twice. I did not know that. No wonder my phone storage is always freaking at capacity. I don't even know where deleted photos are at. How the hell do you access deleted photos? Let's see. Low Roller says, I still have my majority profit on the $800 win. I will make $1,200 in 1 week. Tiger727 also says, check your deleted photos. They stay in there for about 30 days. Car Dealer Pro reevaluating their promotional spending right now. Andy Mack says, if this is anyone's first show, it isn't always duck talk. Hey, as we've learned from Herman, chicken talk, people love animals. Chicken talk was one of Herman's best shows. Now duck talk. Let's see. Congrats, LRS. You've got the house beat. Best-selling fiction book of all time. Oops, hot mic. Let's see. I am trying to make a living to play skill games as a job. Highlight is a game of skill. Try it. LRS, what is an example of a skill game? Good morning, Brian Wolf in the house. Showering in prison is not a game of skill. It's a game of chance. If you can't stand up at a card show, then maybe it's not your thing. If you're sitting at bargain boxes, hey, I want a chair if I'm digging through I don't want to stand at a bargain box for 3 hours. That's how your back starts hurting. Brian says, I rent event furniture for a living. Setup can double the cost of rentals easily. Let's see. John tried not to engage you in conversation at your last card show. When you have an attention span like Bo's, 14 days does feel like a long time ago. That's true. That is very true. Low Roller turns $20 into $800. It's magic. LRS, I get that you win. What are the skill games that you are playing? Hey, by the way, if you want 500 free scans from Car Dealer Pro, use the promo code CUBS, CUBS, when you subscribe, when your first paid subscription hits. and it doesn't have to be, it can be any of the paid subscription tiers. You will receive 500 free scans if you use the promotion code CUBS, CUBS. John says $20 of red lipstick will net you $800 in LRS's neighborhood. Use promo code quack, 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 Beverly. So that's what I had for today. An hour and 10 of duck talk. Apologies to Car Dealer Pro. What is the promo code to get free 500 free duck pictures? Can't find any duck pics in my phone. So, here we are. So the promo code in the description of the video. eBay link is in the description as well. Check out my eBay store. I added some more football. I think I've got some baseball going in today. Added some autos and some Bowman last night to the eBay store. Buy 7 or more, receive 25% off at checkout on regular priced items. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Going live tomorrow morning again, 7 a.m. A free for all Friday. We'll do some name that player. I think we're gonna go back to football tomorrow. So get ready. No Hobby Evolution show on Saturday. Don't forget, it's the Madison Card Show this Saturday, 9 to 3 at the Sheraton Hotel on John Nolan Drive. 125 sold out tables. Stick around and walk across John Nolan Drive and check out Bratfest after the card show and see Slaughter take the stage Saturday night. Bratfest right across the street, which is John Nolan Drive from the Sheraton Hotel this Saturday. The Madison Card Show. Sunday, we'll review the show. I probably won't. As much as I'd like to go see Slaughter Saturday night, I probably just go home and fondle my cards. So that's what I had for today. Thanks again. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we'll see you tomorrow.